All right, my friends, we are talking about the process of purchasing a luxury home and how it differs from the process of purchasing a normal home. Maybe you're someone who's found yourself in the position and the price point, all of a sudden, oh, we're going to buy our next home and it's looking like it's going to be in that luxury price point. What do we need to know? What do we need to look out for? What is going to be different? The first thing I can tell you, and this is really the biggest thing throughout this whole conversation about the differences, there's really not that many of them. It's not actually that different from buying a normal home. In fact, it's very, very similar. It's probably going to be a little bigger. There's going to be more considerations when it comes to finishes, and there's going to be another comma in the price. But other than that, it's pretty much just the same as buying any house. It's got walls, it's got a kitchen, it's on a piece of land. You're going to want to do an inspection. You're going to want to go through many of the same things you do to buy any sort of property. So the big thing about buying a luxury home is you're just buying a home with a little extra. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what those extras are, from finishes to financing to maintenance considerations. And at the end, I'm going to take you through the main things that I think are important to look for when hiring an agent to buy a luxury home. And don't worry, it's going to be a little more involved than just hire me. Those of you who don't know, samneumann, Denver real estate professional, I do want to work with you. It's my goal with this channel to be your go-to real estate resource for anything in the Denver metro area, including buying a home or selling a home. So please don't hesitate to reach out if there's anything I can do for you. My information will be below. Here's the deal. In real estate, you're gonna have some agents who refer to themselves as luxury agents, whatever that means. That's never been something I've said about myself. I am a person who is interested in relationships over transactions and interested in finding people and helping them get what they want when it comes to real estate. But for whatever reason, over the years, I've kind of accidentally wound up in a number of luxury homes and as a party to a number of luxury home transactions. And here's what I've learned about what luxury actually is in real estate. Some people are going to tell you, oh, luxury is a mindset. That's BS. It's not. It's not a mindset. To me, luxury is basically three things. Luxury real estate is some combination of location, style, and building materials. And we'll go through these. Location, number one, is kind of the big one. So a lot of the times, a home can be a luxury home based on nothing other than location alone. It obviously can't be a dump, but if it's a decent home in a luxurious prime location, that will be in that luxury price point. And if you're buying it, whether you want to admit it or not, you're buying luxury. The main areas that would qualify in the city of Denver are Cherry Creek, of course, Hilltop, Wash Park, Bonnie Brae, Belcaro, and some parts of the Highlands. This is obviously not an exhaustive list, and there's luxury homes all over the place, but these are the main areas that I look at that will command a luxury price point simply based on their location alone. And then, of course, because of that, many of the homes there are built and finished to a luxury standard. So, like everything else in real estate, location, location, location. The second factor is style, and this is going to have to do with anything involving the style or design of the home. With a luxury home, typically there are some differences here. And this starts with the overall design style of the home. You're not going to see a lot of basic cookie cutter luxury homes, especially in these neighborhoods I'm talking about. Rather than basic, it's usually a little extra. It can be a Victorian, a colonial, or one of those ultra modern, lots of glass, real sharp edges vibes. When it comes to interior styling, right now, luxury homes in Denver tend to favor open spaces, exposed staircases, and lots of glass. One really popular design style right now in luxury homes is the nano wall concept. The nano wall is that basically folding glass wall that lets in a ton of natural light, but then you can fold up and open an entire wall of your home to the outside and really experience indoor-outdoor living. If you're buying a home in the mountains, it may be a little different. Mountain luxury properties certainly can have lots of glass and modern lines, or it can be more typical mountain contemporary with sort of rustic wood beams, the log cabin style even. It really just depends. Two major considerations in luxury home design are going to be the kitchen and the primary bathroom. These are really big where a lot of people put a lot of money. In the kitchen, that's going to favor lots of space and an open look, some higher end countertops, so some form of granite or quartz or even butcher's block. Typically, you're going to find a large range with a full-on vent hood that actually vents to the outside, not one of those fake ones that just blows the air back at you. Oftentimes there will be more than one sink, more than one of the same appliance, like a double oven is a very common way to see this happen. You'll find a separate wine fridge in a lot of luxury kitchens. And then if it's the full Monty, you'll find a butler's pantry, a completely separate area for the butler to prepare food and drinks. As far as the primary bathroom, you are going to find a soaking tub. That's a really big one. A lot of space in the bathroom in general. A dual shower head of some sort. Usually this is a rain shower or just 2 shower heads, one on either side. The shower is going to be open or glass. You're not going to have a shower curtain in most luxury homes. And heated floors is a big one that separates a run-of-the-mill house from a luxury home. Then the last factor is going to be building materials. And guys, we could talk all day about this. I mean, this could be a whole separate video. It could be multiple videos. The types of building materials you'll find in luxury homes. So I'm not going to go on at length. I'll just hit it really quick because there's thousands of options. So really the exterior materials can be anything, but brick, stone, and stucco are 3 very popular ones. For flooring, in most luxury homes, you're going to have wood flooring somewhere. A lot of them will have carpet and maybe some of the bedrooms. Of course, you'll have tile in the bathrooms, but wood flooring in the main living area is very, very common in luxury homes. And I'm talking about real hardwood, not the engineered hardwood, real hardwood wood flooring. And typically the thing that separates hardwood is going to be the width of the actual wood planks. The wider the plank, the more of a luxury look and feel it's going to have. For tile, it's usually going to be stone rather than a ceramic, and marble's a very popular one. And then the other thing is the type of appliances, especially in the kitchen. This is a really big differentiator between luxury properties and non-luxury properties. So you're going to be looking at high-end appliances. Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, that type of thing. Almost bought a house back in the day with a Viking range, and I kind of still regret it. It was not a luxury property, but it just happened to have this awesome Viking range. I think about it a lot. The other thing a lot of luxury homes are going to have in the city of Denver, especially right now, are smart home features. So this could be smart blinds, smart locks, smart sprinklers, really anything that you can program, that you can control with your phone, that are going to learn the ways of what you like. That is going to be the touch of a luxury property. So that's a little bit about what to look for in the home. Now let's talk about what to consider when buying a luxury home and how it may be a little different from buying a normal home. The first thing is financing. Many people who are buying multi-million-dollar homes happen to have cash and to finance them that way. If that is the case for you, excellent work, and your life's going to be a lot easier. Cash is a much simpler transaction because you don't have to involve banks, right? It's just, here's the wire transfer for the money. We don't need a loan or anything else like that. We don't need an appraisal. We just give you the money and go on our way. But for the rest of us who are going to need a loan to buy their home, you may be getting into jumbo loan territory. What is a jumbo loan? Have we heard about this before? Well, for a typical 30-year conventional mortgage, there is a maximum for what that bank can give you. Right now in Denver County, the maximum high balance conforming loan is $787,750. That is the loan amount. So that plus whatever cash you're bringing, whatever down payment you're bringing, if you're going to go with a conventional 30-year mortgage, that has to cover the cost of the home. But if you can afford, say, a $2 million property, but you don't just happen to have $1 million plus in cash lying around, well, then you're going to have to get a jumbo loan. Doesn't always have to be a jumbo. There can actually be 2 loans on the same home. That's a different video. But let's just say we're going to go with 1 loan. Well, that's going to be a jumbo loan. Anything over that $787,750 is going to be in jumbo territory. And these can go up to multi-million dollars in loan value. Big difference is you just got to qualify for it, obviously. And then the down payment requirements are a little different. Typically for jumbo loans, it's going to be a minimum 20% down. So you're still going to have a fair amount of cash lying around, but chances are if you can afford one of these homes, you'll have that money available to get liquid somehow. The other thing with jumbos is a lot of the time the rates aren't as good as a normal 30-year conforming conventional loan. Now, not all the time, especially right now when rates have gone kind of haywire. Sometimes jumbo loans can actually be better in terms of interest rate than a conventional loan, but a lot of the time they're going to be slightly worse. Just depends on the market and the season and your personal situation and your financial situation and so many other factors, as is the case with financing always. The other thing to consider is maintenance and upkeep. Now, these are nothing new. In any sort of home ownership, you're going to have maintenance and upkeep. But with a luxury home, a lot of the time, it's just going to be more maintenance and more upkeep. If you have more home, i.e. a bigger house, if that home has more features, well, then there's going to be more space and more things to worry about upkeeping. This can be anything from multiple AC units, multiple furnaces, which a lot of luxury homes have. This can be fixing the compressor and the humidifier and the wine cellar when that goes out. Pool, if your luxury home has a pool. There's a whole nother list of considerations. The truth is, the more you got, the more that can go wrong, or the more that can slowly degrade over time. So maintenance and upkeep are a huge part of owning a luxury home, and something to keep in mind when you're looking at houses. What's the difference in maintenance going to be here with all this extra stuff? And the last thing is amenities and community costs. And this really rears its head when we're talking about HOAs and luxury condo communities. A lot of the time in luxury condos, say the Four Seasons residences in Denver, for example, you can be paying paying literally thousands of dollars a month just in HOA fees. And you get awesome amenities for it, and it's basically like living at a resort, but you pay in that HOA fee. And that can happen in other home types in these more exclusive private communities too. Typically, the more it costs you to get in, the more it's going to cost you to stay. Just something to think about and make sure you know what you're getting into when you're in the buying process. Okay, so what to look for in an agent when you're buying a luxury house. A lot of people will say you should look for someone with luxury experience. I don't necessarily agree. And this is not me angling in some sort of way either. As I said before, I actually have a fair amount of luxury experience, not by design at all, just by happenstance. But I kind of told you off the top, buying a luxury home isn't that different in terms of the actual real estate transaction process from anything else. So for someone who has a lot of luxury experience selling luxury homes, that doesn't have a whole lot of cachet by itself. What you should really be looking for in a luxury agent is the same thing you should be looking for in any agent. Someone who gets you, someone who's going to listen and understand what you really want, someone who's going to put your needs before theirs, as we're all supposed to do ethically and legally, but let's be honest, and someone who's an excellent negotiator. These are the things that are going to help you win in the real estate process. And then as far as like selecting the home, you can figure that out yourself. You want your agent to be able to weigh in, but you're the one buying the home. The agent, their job is to get you in the home when you identify the home you want, and of course advise along the way. But they really need to mostly be awesome at knowing the market dynamics and understanding what's going to give you the best leverage at that time. And then the negotiation process, negotiating for you when it comes to making offers, when it comes to inspection, and when it comes to closing and all those other considerations. Beyond that, to me, much more important than having luxury experience is having experience working in the neighborhoods you're looking in, because that's where the agent's local expertise is really going to come into play. And then finally, and this is kind of what I say about everything, just work with someone who gets you. Work with someone who you share a vibe with, someone who, when you talk to them, it doesn't feel like you're being sold. Someone who's going to listen and ask questions and understand what you want, because buying a home is the most financially important decision in most people's lives, and buying a luxury home is just another version of that. It's the same thing, just with another comma. So the stakes are even higher. So make sure someone, number one, knows what they're doing, but wants to know you too, because the better they know you, the better chance you're going to have to succeed. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Like I said, if there's anything I can do, please do not hesitate to reach out. I want to work with you. Talk soon.